Take your seats, peasants, for a new video from the YouTube King of the Community. Yes, YouTube, Danester back. It's been a while since I've done a pickups video really, so I thought I'd do one because I've had a lot of pickups. Not drinking beer. We're on Dr. Pepper, man. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Fucking lot to me lately. Start with a bit of a fucking moan. MacBook, that broke. I had to have that repaired. Fucking graphics card problem, graphics chip problem, which is common with this model apparently. So I've had that fixed. I've got no mobile phone. It's like losing an arm or a limb because I'm fucking constantly fucking tied to it. So that screen smashed, that's in for repair. And I broke my tooth. I've been to the dentist this morning. They've done a patch job though, which was lucky because my choice of treatments were temporary filling, which I didn't think they'd be able to do, or they could take it out, which I've already lost one. I had one kicked out playing football, and I had an impact growing one that I had to have out. So I wasn't you know, I didn't really want dentures by the age of 40, if I'm honest. So that was that. But you're not here to listen about me bad luck. I'm just fucking having a little bit of a vent really. So first pick up, I've got to thank, let's get it the right way up, Big Mike. Without further ado, Retro was stalking the realms of Spock, and he spotted this listed as a keyboard locally to me, like literally 2.5 miles away. So if you don't know, Miracle Keyboard is a teaching you how to play keyboard or piano on the S.n.e.s and on the Amiga. So obviously it comes with a keyboard, which isn't that hard to find. I think it's more hard to find boxed. It comes with the 5 Amiga discs, the owner's manual, and then obviously the NES manual and the Amiga manual. The PAL, important to notice this, the PAL NES cartridge. The keyboard to NES fit in and the keyboard to Amiga fit in. And the guy had it listed for 50 quid. I offered him 40. He said, yeah. Now, anyone who is collecting a full, let me just put this down out the fucking way. He's collecting a full NES set. No, the cartridge alone's 120 quid. So, you know, with it all box complete and everything, I don't know what it's worth. I've already had someone who wants to buy the cart off me and someone who wants to buy the keyboard. But I think I'm going to hold on for it for a bit. He says, looking around the room, thinking, where the fuck am I going to put that? But if I do ever decide to go for a full NES set, that's going to be fucking hard to find again. So maybe that's going to live in my collection, I think. I hate to disappoint the two guys because I know they're both on YouTube who are interested. But for now, I think it's going to stay with me. In the future, who knows? So again, thanks Big Mike. We'll go on to the gifts first. This one is from Hyper Trigger X, Dylan. It's basically an action replay card for the Saturn, which now allows me to play Space Harrier that Sean Horatio Van Basten sent me. So Dylan sent me that out the goodness of his heart, and I've sent him a couple of games which I won't expose because I know he obviously probably wants to feature him in a pickups video. So Dylan, thank you. I have thanked Dylan privately. These deals get done in our Discord group. So if anyone's interested in joining the Discord group, I'll talk a bit about that later, and I'll put the group link down below because we are doing a little bit of trade, swap, sellings, other things. The next lot of gifts are from Junior D, 1975, who is a guy who I met through doing my streams. He's friends with X-File. I can't remember X-File's number. X-File's number's X-File 2801. You still owe me a video, by the way. But he messaged me. He lives local to me, and he said, look, I've got some things that I'd like to gift you. Now, I didn't do the streams to get gifts. I've received streams on the back. Received streams? I wish I had. Received gifts on the back of doing the streams. I'm not one of these people. I don't shill myself. I don't ask for things. But I am grateful to receive gifts, but I always think I should give someone a gift back. So what I've done is, people who have been kind enough to give me stuff, I've spread that karma on to other YouTubers and sent gifts out, as you obviously see popping up around YouTube. But Junior wanted me to have these items. The one bundle of items isn't here. It's in my shed. It's a load of loose discs. If you all remember, like about 4 or 5 videos before the stream, I picked up a load of empty boxes and I'm trying to pair them up with discs and stuff. So Junior sent me those and I've been going through those. But the 3 games he sent me for the Mega Drive, I had this one cart only, but now all these are box complete, so they'll be going in my collection. Road Rash 2. The Incredible Hulk, which I remembered seeing in a local charity shop about 3-4 years ago, and I passed on buying it. I think they had it marked up. It was marked up quite high, to be fair, but obviously now I've got it and it'll go straight into my collection. And Alicia Dragoon, which is a game people often mention. To me, it looks very similar to Rastan in its style, probably its design as well. The cover always reminds me of. Do you remember, like, in the 80s, like the B movies, like what was one, Barbarians or something like that, like the B movies, and they always had women scantily clad on the front, like, I'm sure it was Barbarians or something like that. Not, it wasn't Barbarella. I'm not getting confused out. It was a proper shitty B movie. I'm sure it was Barbarians, and there was Barbarians 2, and there was a woman with a tail, sort of thing, my sort of thing. But thanks for those games, Junior, and also thanks for this item. It's the Batman Arkham Knight limited edition statue. Now, am I going to get it out? If I remember right, it was a ball 8. I'm not going to get it out. It lights up. Now, I'm not one for statues, but, you know, it's a gift, and I'm grateful. It's a limited edition. I haven't got the game. I was hoping my stepson had got the game, actually. But it lights up, and Junior doesn't like it, but I think it looks quite smart. So at some point, that might feature and get set up in my room. But again, thanks, Junior. You didn't need to do that. I went over, he put the stuff outside his house, I collected it, we respected social distancing. Same with the Miracle Piano. The guy put the stuff outside, I pushed 40 quid through his door. You know, they're the only things I've bothered to go out and collect. You know, I'm really not bothered about purchasing stuff at the moment, although I am considering going to the boot sales the weekend. So those are my gifts. Thank you for anyone who's gifted me. Obviously Sean sent me a package, Jay Cybersnake 7 gifted me Clean Sweep, and Ant gifted me the multi-cart for the Vectrex. So anyone who gifts me anything, I massively appreciate it. And if I can't gift something back to you, I'm at least spreading that karma about YouTube and sending out a few gifts myself. So the next thing is a purchase off a fellow YouTuber. Now, this deal had been agreed before lockdown, and then lockdown happened. So once everything had calmed down, in fact, it was probably only a couple of weeks ago, I got this from Pete Armour. Now you're thinking, fuck me, that's really boring. What's that? Basically, it's a UV light for my Vectrex, which, you know, I bought the UV overlays, so I needed this to light up the UV overlays. You plug that into your player too. Obviously, these strips beam UV light, and it lights up the overlays. And the Vectrex, the games look very smart. Obviously, a lot of the time you've not got your overlays, so these universal overlays look brilliant. Something I'll probably do its own featured video on, kind of thing. I've just used a bit of Velcro. In fact, Pete had already got that bit of Velcro. I've just purchased some of the other stuff so I can stick it on the front. Won't damage the system at all. I may do a separate video, which obviously needs to be filmed at night for you to appreciate how good that looks. I know there's a lot of videos out there, probably more professionally done than me, but sometimes, you know, people like a little bit of raw honesty, shall we say. Common as muck, others will say. So that was from Pete. Pete did me a very good price on that. Massively appreciate that, Pete, so thank you. The next thing I often buy very cheap boxed NES games on eBay, so I follow them, and I purchased this one. And when I purchased it, I did notice the name of the seller, and I thought, I wonder if that is who I think it was. And lo and behold, a few minutes later, I have a text from Big Game Al saying, "You've bought one of my games." And I was like, have I? I kind of knew. I didn't know it was Al when I was buying it, but once I'd purchased it and it gave me the account name and that, I was like, that's probably Al. And I just said, look, to avoid you being charged any fees, just refund it. and then I'll PayPal you what you get anyway, sort of thing. So it worked out better for Al, really. He sent me a couple of free gifts with it, so we'll get the free gifts first. So PS2 demo disc, James Bond. Fucking hate James Bond, Al. But thank you. And I remember when Al first started his channel, he was doing the unbagging of these. I remember him getting the gold Game Boy, actually. But I said to him, have you sent me a fucking duffer? Are these broke or what? Because the fucking sticks, they're loose. And he goes, nah, they're all like it. So fuck me, Nintendo. You could have, you know, have you learnt nothing from the N64 pad? Look at the fucking state of that. But it's a cool little thing. It'll go up as decoration in the room now. I've featured it on the video. And, you know, Al didn't need to do that. But he's like myself. I like to put little gifts in some of the packages I send out. So the actual purchase, I won't tell you how much I paid. But it wasn't expensive. And it's Firehawk. It is NTSC. But it doesn't bother me. Because one, I'm going to look into region 3 in my NES. Which looks really simple to do. And two, I've got the Retro Trio to play it in. So it was more the fact it was a nice shiny silver cart. And it's got that writing on the back saying position B. Only use this position if the game doesn't work in position A. Fucking, you know, that's the best bit of advice you can ever be given in your life, you know. You know, if it's not working like this, just fucking flick the switch and see if it's working the other way. Basically, is what they're saying. So, yeah, that was from Al. So Al sent me that out double quick. And obviously no one knows his eBay, so I'll pass it on to Big Mike for Big Mike to stalk. Because we all know Big Mike loves to do that. This is actually the second time I've recorded this video because I fucked it up the first time. So, the next 4 items are all things I bought for myself, which I do occasionally. Obviously on the back of Dylan sending me the Action Replay, I thought I'm going to put it in the SATA and see if it works, because Dylan hadn't used it. Dylan's not used it because Dylan doesn't play games, he keeps them fucking sealed. But I said I'll try it. So, basically, I fucking put the cart in. Put the game in, and of course you need the fucking controller in, don't you, to get through the fucking time sequence thing on the Saturn. Do you think I could find my Saturn pad? I fucking looked in my drawer of controllers, I looked everywhere in the shed. I could not find my Saturn pad. Now, no doubt I'll find it. So I was thinking of getting one of these anyway, but this kind of forced my hand, and for £16 delivered the next day, I believe. Retro bit. They're Saturn pads. Let's get out this thing. So it's translucent. It's lovely colours. I do like it much better than my boring black one I had. I must admit, them shoulder pads feel much better than the original Saturn ones, because them Saturn ones were flimsy as shit. So yeah, I got that. Fired up space area. It works. Really easy to get in. I'm hoping my mate Stu to the UK will mod my Saturn for me. In fact, if he will, I might have a drive up to his house next week, because the car needs a run out and I'm fucking bored in the day, so it'll be a good excuse to go for a drive, and I can fucking play Knock Door Run on his house. So yeah, that was my first purchase. Second one's already featured on the channel. It's my, what's it called, fucking PC Engine core graphics. I did a little video on it, real amateur. If you want to know a little bit about this system, go and have a look. I'll just go through the titles. I'll do a bit of an unboxing. Am I going to do a video on all the games and feature it a little bit more? Maybe, but there's a lot of other people who are a lot more better at presenting stuff than me. I mean, I waited over a year for that to come. Waited over a year, and it could be redundant already, because another purchase, which I noticed, I watched Eddie's latest video today. He's purchased the same thing. I'm guessing off the same guy. So if you watched Eddie's video, this is probably already guessed what this is. It is PC Engine EverDrive. It's called Turbo somewhere. I think it's quite smartly made. I'm trying to get it. Like, you've obviously got that shell on the front, and you stick that sticker on yourself. As Eddie said, the guy sent it already with preloaded games. He sent me a 16 gigabyte SD card with it. I paid £50 for this. I know he normally sells them for more than that, but I won this on bid. So basically, will I ever use the PC Engine Mini now? Because this has got TurboGrafx games on it, PC Engine games on it, and the disc games you can have. I have sent Eddie a message because basically I've put this in my Turbo Duo and it doesn't fit, like, because of that hinge. If you know, there's a hinge on the Turbo Duo, and the switch, because of this plastic, no, because of the SD card, doesn't quite come across as good. But my original PC engine, it fits in fine. It plays really well. This is another item that I'm going to do a little feature of, I think, on the channel. Show you what games are on it, what you can do with it. I did say to the guy, his name's Corey, sells on eBay. I'll do a little bit of a review on it. He's not giving me any discount for it, but it's more of a service to you guys if you're after one. If you want to know if it's a good bit of kit or something, I'm going to do a little review on that. My opinion is it's very good, and obviously the PC engine is very expensive to buy for, so you can bang some of the more expensive games on there and play them. You know, there's very few systems that I use an EverDrive on. Obviously my PC engine's now one, and my Spectrum, purely because I don't want to collect fucking tapes, if I'm honest. So yeah, I might do a feature on that, and I'll put the link to the guy who sold me it on eBay. He sent me some random free gifts for it as well. There was a wooden ring, a dolphin ring, and a dolphin necklace. Now my missus fucking hates dolphin jewellery, like fucking, you know, when you go in the shops and they've got all that dolphin on. So I gave them to her just to piss her off even more. So yeah, that's something that will feature on the channel going forward. I've been buying a few games for my PS4. I'm really enjoying playing the PS4. Obviously I purchased Streets of Rage 4 for the Xbox with the Gamer Pass. I'm waiting for the limited run games to come from my Switch and my PS4. Basically, me and my stepson share our online. So the other week, NBA 2020 or 2K20, whatever it is, that was £2 summer. He bought it, so I've downloaded it on mine. And FIFA was $8.99 2020 as well. So now I've got that as well. So we just split that. So I've been playing those. Obviously, Stranded Deep was something I bought as well over lockdown. But Maneater, I literally found out about this game like a few days before it was released. So I've got a day one edition. It got featured on the channel. That's something I like doing, like my first impressions of a game. I don't play it brilliantly, but I have completed this, and I should have 100%ed it. There's a fucking glitch saying that I've not opened a box, which I have, which is stopping me from 100%ing this game. And it's the first game I've 100%ed in ages, so it's really pissed me off. So now I'm going to play through again. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's the first time I've proper purged a game and gone right through it, and in a long time, so that says a lot for this game. It's not a big game. I think I completed in 15-16 hours, but it was fun, and that's what gaming should be. So I think it's probably going to come down in price. I paid £30 for this. I've seen it advertised locally for 20. You know, but 30 quid, and it gave me a good few days enjoyment playing. So I'll put hours into that. Also, as I've mentioned, I've been playing fucking Jurassic World Evolution. I love the Jurassic Park franchise, all joking aside. I've got me a T-Rex. I've kind of come away from it because I was fucking playing too many hours into it, and I was staying up too late at night. So I've took the foot off the gas on that, so I'm not playing that as much, but I do enjoy it. I will be going back to it soon. I'll show you something I have been doing in my collection, actually. As you all know, I collect loose carts for the Famicom, loose carts for the S.n.e.s. And what I do is I put them in these box protectors, stop any dirt getting in, and it just keeps them from getting scuffed when they're on the shelf. But of course you can't fucking read what they are because Nintendo couldn't be asked to put the, you know, what it was. So all I've done is I've used my label printer that I use for my events, and I've put what obviously console it is in the game. And now all my games are in order on the shelf, and I've done the same with Famicom, because obviously the Famicom do have labels on the top, some of them, but they're in Japanese, and my Japanese is worse than my English. So obviously we've got Salamander here, so you can see up there. Focus. No, I can assure you that says Famicom, and obviously it says Salamander. So now they're up on the shelf. I'm not gonna pick my camera up and show you. I've got a lot more of the Famicom ones to do. All my S.n.e.s ones are done, and they just look neater on my shelf. And the one good thing about lockdown is now I'm comfortable in this room. All my games are in alphabetical order. My PS2, my PS1, my S.n.e.s, my GameCube, my PS4, my Master System, Saturn, Switch and Xbox, they're all done in alphabetical order so far. And the reason why it's been so easy to do that, I've been using an app now. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting no money for this. It's a free app, any of you can download, but I've found it really useful for logging my collection. It's called Gameye, so that's game, Y-E at the end. And basically, let me see if I can show you on my iPad. So, you know, this is just everything in my collection. So you've got multiple games, multiple systems. What you can do is do them by region as well. So let me just show you. So obviously if I go on to report, obviously you've got all my systems there, what I've got and what games I've got for them. So if I was just to click on one, yeah, Sega Genesis. So obviously, now it does use the American box art and it prices them for American, but it's got everything on it. It's got Japanese, it's got American, it's got PAL. And I just think it's a great way now, Retro Collect's not down, to keep my collection somewhere. I've got a copy of this on my iPad, obviously. I've got one on my phone. So it's always at the touch of a hand. And it's just helped me as well, because obviously now I just click on it, they're all in alphabetical order. I can just put them in alphabetical order on my shoulder, and it just keeps everything nice and neat. Also, if you're a collector of, obviously there's the peripherals. Here's some of the peripherals that I've got. So they're all logged sort of thing. And I just want to show something else, because there's the encyclopedia on here. So you got, it's called Toys for Life, but basically it's like your amiibos and stuff and your Skylanders. So if you wanted to log your collection of that, all that's on here. I mean, this is a free app with a huge database. Now what I've found with other free apps is they want to charge you to add systems. Nothing here. This is just, I don't know if it was done by a collector for collectors, but it's just a great way of logging collection. Now, some people will nitpick and say, oh, this game's missing, or it's named differently because it's under its American name. But it's free. As long as it's there, you know, 99% of my collection is going to be correct on here. And it's just something for me to check when I'm out and about. And I just wanted to point it in your direction. As I say, I'm not getting paid by them. You know, it's no, this fucking channel rare is never going to get anything sponsored, I wouldn't have thought. But I just thought it might be something useful that you guys would want to use to log your collection. And also, while we're talking about tools to use, obviously we set up a Discord channel, which is like a chat. That's it, ping in there if you heard that. Which is just a chat basically that we set up on the back of the streams where people who watch the stream chat. And what happened is when my MacBook broke, I decided I'd go in my shed and sort out some of my stock. Now, some stuff I've gifted to people because it's very little value. Some people have bought decent bundles off me and I've sold them to fund the repair of my MacBook, basically. But it's also something I'll probably do going forward because I don't know when the events are coming back. So, you know, if you want to join the Discord, there is a buy and selling section in there. Feel free to join in and buy and stuff. You know, everyone in there's friends. I trust everyone. I've sent people items. They've paid me. It's great. You know, I haven't had to go down the Patreon route and ask you to give me money for a fucking coffee or anything. My MacBook broke. I've used some stuff that I've got stock to fund it, and that's the way it should be. So that's it going forward. I'll just quickly mention these. I can't remember if I mentioned them on the stream or what. I picked up these Fusion books, the CPC one, the Vectrex edition, and the ZX Spectrum, obviously. I mean, Fusion, it's $3.99. It comes out, is it every month or every couple of months? Chris Wilkins, who runs Fusion Magazines, does a lot of the books like the Ocean books and stuff like that. He runs them. He doesn't do me any discount. I've known Chris a while, but you know, it's his business. I understand that. I'm going to do a video featuring these purely because I think they're good books, and it's not because I'm getting any financial gain from them. I just want to do a little review of a few things that I enjoy, and it's something I want to bring to the channel, as well as obviously do my pickups videos. I'd like to do a few reviews. I'd like to do my first impression videos, and the streams will be coming back. Unlocked and Unleashed, I believe the name is. So again, I'll just do a little bit of a beg. If anyone wants to do some sort of artwork for like the thumbnail or something for those streams, that would be great. Something like generic that I can like just edit with little bits each week, that'd be great. Also, new logo or banner for the channel, or even if you just want to do some bit of artwork that you'd like me to feature on the channel, that would be greatly received. It's something I have a little bit of an idea of making it a feature in future videos, so the more people that get involved, it's a way of getting you a shout out and a mention, so that would be cool. And that's everything. So I'm going to finish my Dr. Pepper, tidy my room back up because fucking shit's everywhere, especially that keyboard. And that's it for a bit, but I have got some more stuff on the way, so hopefully another video will be on the way soon. So take it easy, YouTube. Goodbye.